I'm with Hala Gharib from Beit Sahour, Bethlehem, and you've just been to Switzerland. What have you been doing in Switzerland?
So I've been in Switzerland for a year now, and I've been volunteering in a program called EVS, which means European Volunteering Service. And it's all about people who are coming to Europe to volunteer, and I've been fully accommodation, like I had full accommodation covered, and I've been based in Bern, and the program was about to help the people in the countryside. So I lived in the city of Bern, and I used to go to my project to the countryside every 4 times a week and to help in an organization there.
Palestinians don't seem to be well known for volunteering. Is this something quite unique?
Yes, it's something unique for me. And I was volunteering because I grew up, I had the idea of volunteering, and I wanted to experience it outside of my country. I was volunteering in Palestine with the NGO that I volunteered with and worked with. And then I wanted to try, after COVID came, and I wanted to try to volunteer outside of my country, to experience that.
What were you actually doing in the volunteering work?
So first of all, I volunteered in a garden, and it's a plant garden. I was working with people who had social background issues, and we volunteered together in that garden. I was there for 5 months. And then I moved to different projects to experience more people and do more things. And I moved to the countryside, as I said. It was with disabled people. They have many workshops, and I worked with them in plants, flowers especially. And we used to plants, flowers, and people used to come and buy from the garden. And they also have another workshop that it's about clothes, and they do laundry, and they have sewing machines, and they make carpets and stuff like this. So I volunteered also there, helping them how to... Most of the people who work there are disabled, but they can do things they are not disabled with their physical, but mental. Yeah, so mostly they can work and do things. So I had worked with them, and it was really nice experience.
Did you learn a lot from doing that work?
I have learned with plants. I never worked so much with plants. I used to see my family planting and having farms and gardens and so on. But with clothes, I have learned to use the machines. By using the machines, I also like to do videos and take photos and stuff. I helped the disabled people to show them how to use the machines through videos. And I used to make how to start the sewing machine and so on, videos like this. Yeah. And they were looking at the TV. We used to put the videos on the TV, and they used to really like it a lot and learned.
Did you work with disabled children here in the Bethlehem Governorate?
Yes, I have worked with disabled people in Bethlehem area, and we used to do programs for them, and it's through my NGO that I worked here, and we used to do a lot of programs for the disabled people here.
Is there a big difference between disabled people here in Bethlehem and disabled people in Switzerland?
There is not much big difference, but the language was different for me, because here I could understand the people and I could talk to them, but there I learned how to speak German, but it was hard to connect. It was very little German, and it was hard for me to connect with them. So I connected with them through emotions and so on.
Yeah. Now, you're Palestinian from the Shepherd's Fields. What did people think about that when they met you?
So every time I say I'm Palestinian and I'm from Bethlehem, they are shocked because they never have met someone who come to work and have the experience of that. And everyone was so happy to see a Palestinian and someone who's coming from the Holy Land and living there all my life. They question me a lot of questions. How does it feel to live there? How do you feel also to be in a holy land and so on. They
Wanted to know what it's like where Jesus was born.
Yes, it's like you're from the place where Jesus is born. That's amazing. And most of the people want to come to visit and and now they have someone to visit.
Yeah.
And I can show them around the place and so on.
Do people outside know that there are Christians here in the Holy Land?
No, not really, because we are like only 2%, and they mostly shocked by the fact that I'm Christian living in Palestine, and it's for them it's like, wow, how you are Christian, and most of them they ask me if I'm coming from a different background. So it was like also not something common, like that a Christian living in Palestine.
Yeah.
So
Did you get involved in a church while you were there?
yeah, I was going to a church called River Life Church, and it's English-speaking church, and I had many life groups there. They were like actually my second family. When I couldn't feel like I'm away from home, I celebrated Christmas with them, Easter, and many, many more. Like most of the church members there, they invited me to their homes and welcomed me as a family.
Now, at times of like Christmas and Easter, did you feel really, really homesick?
Actually not. I was just writing about that in my blogs, that they let me feel welcomed, and because most of the people there are international and they are coming from different parts of the world and to this specific church, and they are English speaking, so most of them they are also like gathering like a family. And I celebrated in the past 2 months, we celebrated the Good Friday, we had a supper dinner, and it all was like so fine. Yeah.
Was this good discipleship for you, going to another country and getting involved in another church, doing volunteer work? Was this good discipleship for you?
Yeah, I actually felt more close to God at this year because I get to know like different backgrounds, like from all over the world, international people. And one time someone said that heaven will be like international people. How this church was, it's like all over the world, like people are coming to worship Jesus. Even though my project was from the world, not anything involved with Christianity or anything. So it was really nice to get to know, like at my evenings or my free days, I go to spend time with my church people and I get to learn a lot. And I have been there for 1 year and I learned a lot.
Did you get involved in a youth group in the church?
Yes, I was every week in a life group, and it's about like gathering for food and how Jesus gathered most of the time for food. That was our aim, like to share a meal together. Everyone, like, because we are, as I said, we are international, everyone cook from their country. And
So what did you cook?
I cooked makluba one time and I cooked مسخن.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Did they like it?
yes, they loved it a lot. And after the food, we also share the Word of God together, and it's really special.
Is Switzerland a Christian nation?
Most of people I know, like they are Christian, as they go to churches, and mostly I could say yes, it is.
Now, you're from Beit Sahour now. Is Beit Sahour a big Christian community?
Yeah, Beit Sahour is maybe most people who lives in Beit Sahour are Christians. Like I could say in the West Bank, Beit Sahour have the biggest Christians living there.
With traveling and going to a different country, what do you think is the biggest thing that you learned?
Yeah, I have learned a lot. I have learned how to travel alone, how to get confident while traveling and learning from others new things. I also learned how the transportation works because we have a lack of transportation here, and I have learned how to use trains and buses and planes and all of that. It was something new for me. And also I have learned how people respect time, especially in Switzerland. They go on time. Like, exactly, if I say, like, at 7, everyone comes at 7. No one comes before or no one comes after. But it's, like, so special that I have learned this, and I will take it with me all my
So with the Palestinians, of course, we just need to point out, if you say there's a meeting at 7, they usually turn up about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
They just come whenever they want.
Yeah. It's horrible here at the time. But I learned how to do this. And even the trains and buses and all of that, that they come at the same time, like 1 minute, like the same minute. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah. So are you wanting to do more missions trips in the future?
I would love to. And I was thinking, after I finished my Swiss experience, I'm gonna do once a year a mission trip, like at least for 2 months or so. Like, I really want to serve and do the good works.
So what's your prayer for the future?
For me or for the world?
For you.
For me, I would love that I would stay in a good health, and also that, like, Jesus will guide my way to direct my ways and be with me all the time and lead me to good path and just protect me.
Okay, Hala, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.